Power Rangers Hexagon, the series that never was. So what was it? Well, to be frank, it was the original idea to adapt the series following Wild Force, which, if you know your Super Sentai, would be Hurricanger, which was later actually adapted into Power Rangers Ninja Storm, which is the series that I started Power Rangers with. So what exactly were the ideas for Hexagon? Well, there was going to be an organization called Hexagon, which would unite every past Ranger, led by Tommy Oliver, the original Mighty Morphin Green Ranger. And they, create a new generation of Rangers who would be the Ninja Rangers. To oppose them would be the anti-Hexagon Rangers, led by Jason, the original Red Ranger, who trains the Thunderstorm Rangers. And apparently they were going to add a third one, who would be a Dark Yellow Ranger. So as you can see, this was basically going to be Marvel's Civil War with Power Rangers. Which is funny because Marvel's Civil War wouldn't come out, the comic book at least, for 5 years at this point. And then they were also to add to it would be a third side, who would be the big villains. The villains would be past season villains that weren't explicitly stated to be destroyed even at the end of In Space, with the Z-Wave wiping everyone out or purifying them, such as Prince Gasket from Zeo, Scorpina from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Lokar the Terrible from Mighty Morphin, also known as Die Satan from Zoo Ranger, which is very funny because he died in the Sentai, and he was the only villain who died in that Sentai, but whatever. And he fought against both Rangers and teamed up together sometimes, but mostly fought with themselves and the Rangers. And there would have also been a Wild Force crossover where all the Wild Force Rangers were for Hexagon, except for Merrick, the Silver Ranger, who would be against, because, he's a drifter. He wouldn't be into a big organization like that. And as for the Samurai Storm Green Ranger, there was either plans for him to turn out to be Tommy, or plans that he's a ranger working for both sides, because, when he's in the samurai form, he has the shoulder pads like the Thunder Rangers. And when he's in his super mode, he looks like the ninjas. So why did this never happen? Well, frankly, it would have been too damn expensive. We just came off of an anniversary series and the episode Forever Red, and now we have to bring every freaking person back, and then, a new cast, and then extras. This would cost so much just for casting alone. Plus, Disney just bought the franchise at this point, and, they're penny pinchers. And just say if they did make the Dark Yellow Ranger for the Thunderstorm, that would mean they have to make a completely new Zord and have completely American fight scenes. It's not a Titanium Ranger situation where they at least had a Zord to work with. Just make a new Ranger. This is a completely from scratch Ranger they're dealing with. But some ideas that were meant for Hexagon were later reused in Rangers and even Super Sentai. The Dark Yellow Thunderstorm Ranger was used in the Super Sentai parody series Akiba Ranger. The idea of villains fighting with themselves and the Rangers trying to unite sometimes but not really working out was used in Operation Overdrive. The concept of a team of Free Rangers versus another team of Free Rangers was later reused as the entire plot to the Sentai Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger, including the idea of a 6/Special Ranger working for both sides. And the idea of Tommy being a mentor was later reused in Dino Thunder. And of course, the idea of past Rangers returning became a normal thing, but with actual anniversary episodes and not just for funsies. Scorpina returning was done in Hyperforce and Soul the Dragon, and also Lokar was in that too. Shame for Gasket, he never returned. I think Hexagon would have been a cool idea, but, I mean, it would not happen, because this would have cost like $1 zillion, dude. We just had Forever Red, the 10th anniversary, and again, this is not an anniversary, this is the 11th series, so they wanted every single past Ranger returning. Let's do some math here. So, like, every single past Ranger, and then, of course, 7 new Rangers and 3 villains. That's 61 characters in your main cast alone. And assuming that Scorpina for foot soldiers would use the Kel's axe from, like, the Sentai, even though they're centipede themed, not scorpion themed, whatever. And Gasket would use cogs. What would Lokar use for foot soldiers? So now you gotta consider they now have to make brand new foot soldiers. And I'm just assuming they're not gonna use any of the hurricanger villains. So, like, they're gonna have so much, like, American footage. This would be so expensive. So, yeah, I'm fine with Ninja Storm.